So what's up, everyone? It is your girl, Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into the Cosmic Brushes Muse palette. So mine finally showed up this week, so I decided I'd go ahead and film my cute little video tonight, so then that way y'all could, you know, get this video to go up on Saturday as the new release, and then Sunday the new foundation and concealer I have on my face will be going up with the wear test then, which I'm excited about because I haven't bought a foundation from this company in like forever, and I love me a little luxury moment there. So anyway, back to this palette. So this, I forgot how much this retails for. I think it was in the 20s, and then you have to pay for international shipping, but you can use code, everybody say it with me now, Cage Makeup, to purchase this palette. I think it was on pre-order. I got mine on the first pre-order. I think they have a second pre-order going now. Don't quote me, I did not investigate. We know I am not a proper YouTuber by any means. Thank you so much. No. So here's what she looks like on the inside. As you can see, she's quite lovely and stunning. I have palettes in my collection that I felt like look somewhat similar to this though, so y'all know I brought them, and you know we gotta show them, so let's get into it, because I don't know if I'm gonna feel like filming the shorts tomorrow and what the weather's gonna be looking like outside, and how, if you know, it's gonna work out for me that way. So I'm gonna just show them here. I don't think there's that many to where it should take too long. It's like 6 or 7 sitting here, so maybe that's a lot. I don't know, girl. Anyway, we're gonna start off with the NYX Ultimate Professional Ultimate Utopia palette. So here's what they look like side by side. This could be a somewhat drugstore alternative. Obviously it's not really exact, but it has you know, an alternative look to it, so I want to show both of them. I'm gonna have to take that one home with me just to do this on. Next I have the Heather Austin and Adept Cosmetics palette to go alongside this palette. Now I feel like this would just be a good companion palette because she has some Mocha chromes, and I feel like she has some deeper tones in here that they don't have in here, like this deeper yellow, and I mean they have the deeper green, but this green is even deeper than the green in here, so I feel like this would just be a good companion palette at the end of the day if you have and you want to pair it with this one. I plan on doing a palette mashup with this next week, since I already did all my palette mashups for the gluten side palettes. I have a couple more in mind, but you know, like since this palette got to me, I figured you'd rather see those than that on my Instagram. If you're not following Beaute 87 on Instagram, you should. That's where you get the palette mashup from. And then if you all like the pictures enough or interested enough in it, then I'll go ahead and do the other one. So next I have my Tinkerbell. Now y'all know I recreated the Tinkerbell Sprinkle a Little Magic palette, so it's not gonna look the way yours looks, but you know, y'all know me, if a palette don't work for me, I'm gonna redesign it and make it work. So again, this is what it looks like side by side. I feel like it has some of like the greens and a couple of like the purplish pinkish things going on, so that's why I figured I'd go ahead and show it. But I just like love showing off this palette because this is one of my favorite palettes I've created from ColourPop. Out of all the ColourPop palettes I've recreated in my collection, this is easily in my top 5 or 10. I can't remember how many I've made. Y'all, I've made so many. Next I have the Unearthly Cosmetics Not Normal palette. Again, I feel like this might just be a good companion palette to this palette because it has, like, again, it has the deeper purples they don't have. It has some neutral tones that I feel like might work back on my skin tone that they don't have. Plus it has some really fun green shimmers, and I love that bright green to go with that lime green matte that's at the bottom. So this could just be a good companion palette. But I still felt the need to share. You know, it's here, we're here, we're all here. So share it because everyone's here. Okay, thank you so much. Next I have the Encanto in Alamara Cosmetics palette. I'm actually ordering those blushes because she's having a 30% off sale for her 30th birthday. So she's born in 93 and it's 23, so she's 30. I'm gonna get the purple one. I want to get the red one to compare it to the, of course, the Charlotte Tilbury one, and then there's like an orange one that I was thinking about getting, so I want to compare all those. And I want to get a lip liner, but the lip liner that matches my skin tone isn't there, but this is what they look like side by side. Like I had to get the one that was second lightest up, and then I want to compare her plumping lip gloss to Rihanna's plumping lip gloss, the ice one, so I'm getting that as well. So my card is at like 60 bucks right now, but I'm like, you know, it's worth it. Like Angie says, we're doing it for science, okay? I'm doing that one for science along with the blushes. Plus I just want to try the purple one. My girl, it's Glam XO Beauty on Instagram was talking about how she would like the woman and how it's overrated. So I was like, say less, girl, now I need to try it. Next we have the Beaute Ambiance palette. Love how I'm talking about everything in the world. Now I feel like this one would be a good companion palette for this one because they don't look exact, but I feel like this could go in one of those, you know, like cult classic products, you know, but make it brown girl friendly. But I definitely feel like this one has some deeper tones that works better for my skin tone. Not that this color store doesn't work for my skin tone just fine. I just like shouting out black on brands and giving alternatives to stuff, especially since this is far away. Obviously Ace Beauty is having a sale right now, and the shipping on this one would be cheaper than the shipping on this one because of where it's coming from. So just something to keep in mind. So I might do that. We'll see. I got a few more I need to put in there. But anyway, this is what they look like side by side. And I definitely want to pair this up with this one as well. So I might just do a couple of days where I pair this palette with a couple of different other palettes in my collection that I like. And then I'll turn around and, you know, decide. I don't know if that's a good idea though, because I want to do palettes that are like closer in price, and the Ace Beaute one costs more than the what do you call it, the Cosmic Brushes palette. But the Cosmic Brushes palette is far away, and with the shipping it would make them about the same price. And you can use code Cage Makeup at Ace Beaute as well as Unearthly Cosmetics. I don't think anybody has a code with the depth. Next we have the Blend Bunnies All Done Up palette. I feel like this would be a good companion palette for this, because all the deeper grungy and matte shades in here, plus I really like the shimmers on the bottom on this palette, and I feel like they would pair nicely with some of these brighter colorful mattes. So I feel like this is just a good companion palette. This is another one I would do it with, so I do like 2 or 3 days worth of like the looks combining both some palettes with this palette, just because I really like, you know, the tones in this palette, but I see potential in using other palettes with it, as I'm explaining in this video. Next, now I don't think this one necessarily matches it, but I feel like they had some similar tones in it, so I have the Michaela X Glam Light palette. This is actually on sale for $12.75 right now if you use code KH Makeup when you buy it, because it's on sale for 15 bucks because St. Patrick's Day. So I'm like, I was tempted to buy another one and just put in the future giveaway, just because I'm like, for $12.50, like the color square in this is insane. And I love a good deal, but I'm like, I already gave y'all one away, so I feel y'all want me to keep giving you the same thing. Again, I feel like this is a good companion palette for this, because a lot of the green, purple, and blue transition shades from here you could use with this palette, along with some of the deeper tones in here. So I feel like this would be a good companion palette. Now I'm probably not going to do this one just because, you know, she's been getting herself in all sorts of drama and stuff like that. But I did want to buy another one of her brush sets. I don't care if she is in the drama. I like the brush set. It's on sale for I think like $6 right now. And her lipstick sets are on sale too. So I'm like, I'm just tempted to buy them. But I'm like, we're going to be good and not do that. We're going to buy the Alamar Cosmetics instead. Next, I have the Made by Mitchell Feet on the Ground palette. I feel like this could be a good companion palette for this palette as well. This is what both of them look like side by side. These are both like brands in foreign countries, so that's what they look like. There we go. And it could be a good companion palette for it. I would love to see this turquoise and this orange and this green shade mixed with this deeper green shade, and maybe like the mustard in here. I think that could be something cool to do, but you know, that's just me. So those are all the palettes I had to compare, and then of course I'm going to show you the palette that got them on the map that's making everybody pay attention and buy more of their palettes. It is the Serenity palette. Now we know the Serenity palette doesn't look anything like this palette, but I feel like, you know, it could be a good palette mashup again. So that's what both of them look like side by side. Okay, so now that I've wasted your time for like almost 8 minutes showing all these palettes side by side, I'm gonna go off camera, get my life in order, and then we finally gonna do an eye look with this palette. Now I don't know what I'm gonna do. You can tell me what you think about my face makeup in this video, because we're actually testing out a new foundation and concealer. So comment down below what you think of what's going on in the face. I put on me a cute little outfit, and I got the foundation on my collar, so I'm kind of sad about that, because it's literally the first time I put on this outfit. One of my cousins sent it to me from her boutique. It's called Mahogany's Classy Closet. That's where this outfit came from. There's like some matching pants with it, and it's like a cute little crop top moment, if you will. So I wanted to share it and show it off. I gotta take pictures in it later, so I'm really upset now that there's makeup on it. Hopefully my cousin can digitally like remove it, because otherwise I'm like, y'all gonna have to wait till next week for me taking it, and maybe I won't be doing a foundation review then. Anyway, I'll be right back figuring out what I'm gonna do with this palette. Okay, girl? Okay, y'all. So there we go. This is the eye I came up with the Muse palette from Cosmic Brushes. So let's get into it. So I put this shade with this shade in it, and then I mix these two shades. Those are the ones you see in the crease. Then mix these two shades for the outer V, and then here are all the shimmers I use. So these two shimmers I combined, and they're on my lid. And then this is the purple shade I put toward the back of the eye. This is toward the front, and then this light purple shade is toward the middle. And then I mix this shade and I mix this shade and this shade to get the inner corner shade you see. So this shade and this shade are my inner corner shade. This shade and this shade on my lid, and then this purple is in the middle, marrying this shade and the two shades I showed you. So I know I hopped around the palette a lot, girl, but it's okay. It's okay. Let's get into it. So I'm starting with the shade Haze and Petal. Those are the two I started off with. So what's this? I'm blending that into my crease. I like the way it turned out. And then I got the white eyeliner from 21 Days Beauty Sale that showed up at my house today alongside the foundation I'm testing out right now. And the skin fridge I bought, because y'all had to buy another skin fridge. If y'all remember, I told you my skin fridge died, so I had to buy another one. But it's okay, because you know, it was on sale for 30 bucks. So I was like, yes, now's the time to get it. So I got the Flawless one instead of the Frigidaire one, which is the one I originally had. Excuse me, that I bought from Walmart. I don't know what the sale going on, so that's what we're working with now. But I just dusted this all on the crease and, you know, a little bit toward the back. Now if he put that up, I actually have some on the lower lash line. So the green at the top, I just took the dark green, this one, and put it on the lower lash line. I didn't mix it with the other one like I did toward the top, because I wanted a little bit more brightness at the top, but I was like at the bottom I'd rather have, you know, a darker, smokier effect. So that's what I did. So we're gonna do that now. So that's the shade Pine. I'm gonna just put it on the lower lash line here. I'm gonna just put it on this part right now, because it's like, I don't know how far the I'm gonna wing out the outer V, so I don't want to drag on it until I have the perfect matching shape for the other side. So you literally gonna put it right here and then stop. Now we're gonna go into the greens. So like I said, I mixed the two greens. I start with the lighter one, I mean the dark one, then I'm going to the lighter one, and then dip into the darker one again, and then dip into the lighter one, then tap it off, and you start patting it to match the shape of my eye. So I literally just pat it into the crease like this. Just how to build the pigmentation, and then I'll like blend it out after I build up the pigmentation to get a nice smooth airbrush effect to it. But I'm gonna just dip back and forth into each shade like I talked about, and just kind of tap it right here. And I took it to about right here, so right where my brow bone is, and I stopped there and try to bring it somewhat close to the inner corner. I didn't want it actually in the inner corner, because I don't want to mess with the color of the inner corner shade that we're using. So that's pigmented enough. So now I'm gonna start just blending it out up here, so blending the edges and make them softer. Then we're gonna take the brush with the pink on it and just dust over it to make sure they look nice and blended together as well. So there we go. Now let's get into the deeper shades. So I'm going to blend the shade Rosewood and Fig together. Now that I did Nouveau and Pine, those were to the greens. So I started off with the shade Fig, the darker one. Then I went into the red one again. Then I went to the shade Fig again. Then I went to the red one, because I always want the lighter one to be the last one to make sure you can see the lighter tone of it, but you still want the depth mixed into it. That's personally how I do it. You should do it however you feel comfortable. I'm just telling you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So try to wing it out a little bit, girl. Just wing it out and pull it in. Y'all know I love to have a winged out cat eye moment. It's rare that I do like a rounded eye. I try to do it every once in a full moon. But as a general rule, I try to just wing it out. If I already have my makeup on, if I don't already have my makeup on, it's more likely for me to round it that way, because I usually find that when I have to put my makeup on after I do my eyes, it cuts off where I had made the wing, because I don't do a good job of, you know, making sure I don't get foundation on that part and have to end up blending it out. So it's working so far. I'm gonna put a little bit more of the green back, so I'm gonna just go into whatever's already packed into the brush from me having blended both sides, and trying to blend that out a bit to make it look like a little better of a transition. Just go all the way across. So that's what we're doing. Now we're gonna go back into the brush that has the shade we started off with, because I'm gonna dust underneath here and kind of even out that cat eye situation and blend it nicely. So that's what I'm doing. Now we can go into the brush that goes on the lower lash line and kind of wing it underneath this, because I want to be even with brown we have going on, and I wasn't sure what the shape was going to look like, so I didn't want to try to pre-shape it and end up screwing it up. So that's she was. Now we'll take the same brush. That's underneath here. I want everything to look as smooth as we possibly can make it look. So that's why I'm doing all that. Now let's get the glitter glue and get the cutting, girl. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Here it is. I say, where is it, girl? I don't know. But then I found it. Okay, let's get into it. So lately I've been using the Pat McGrath pen at home instead of using my glitter glue. So I'm thinking about bringing my other glitter glue here since I don't have the pen here, and then I can use the glitter glue there and just use the pen at home because I feel like it helps me get my eyeshadow done fast when I'm trying to get ready for work. So there's that. I gotta remember that I gotta change my schedule Tuesday for work to help my employees out. I gotta go in at an earlier time, but I actually get to leave work at 1 o'clock for once, and I don't have to close the store. So now let's get into the fun shade. So I'm starting with the deep purple shade Amethyst. And I'm just going to popping it right here. So we'll do the glitter glue. Have that on our outer V. Look how stunning the purple that is. It's just giving everything. I'm like, yes. So now we're gonna go into the deeper shade first. So I went into this shade right here first since it's darker, and then I put the other one on top. So let's do that now. Look at that. I love these shifting shades. I'm here for it. Okay, y'all, so the card decided to get full while I was in the middle of doing this eye look, so I had to go and handle that. So now I'm back. Now we're gonna take the shade down here, Antique, after we took the shade Ambient on top. So they jump over to get the shade we have now. Paint him out to Adriangameover. He's in the background watching Corey Kenshin, because he always watches Corey Kenshin. So cover that up. So now to bridge these colors together, I just took that purple I told y'all about. So we're gonna take the purple now and just bridge the two of these colors together to give a little bit better transition than the transition we have going on right now. And now we're gonna switch it back over. And
he just called him hot dog now.
As you see, of course y'all know me, I gotta come back into the outer V and make deeper, but I can't just be satisfied. So a little bit more, just to reinforce the color. That's something I do. You know how to do it, girl. That's what I like to do. Y'all know it is. This is not anything unusual for me, so that's what we're gonna do. I feel like the lid on this side looks much brighter than this side, though. I don't know. But y'all know I always be feeling that way. But like, this one looks brighter than this one. What's wrong with it? So we put the darker purple here. Just a little bit more. And then I'll put the lighter purple. Just a little bit more, like right in between in here. And then I'm going to dip into the darker one and the lighter one. And not do the double this time, and just put over. Quick and cute like. Then I'll take the same brush, do this, dip in that and then reinforce that and just dust around everything to make sure everything looks nice and smooth. Okay, I'm here for this vibe. I'm gonna do the eyeliner off camera, honestly. So now we're gonna go into the shades. So I'm gonna take the shade Luster at the top, the light iridescent one I showed y'all, and start off with that shade because it pulled a little more purple than I was expecting it to. And then I put the pinkyish goldish shade called Muse, which is the name of the palette, and put that on top of the shade we have in the corner already to get the unique pinkish purple gold kind of tone that we have going on here. And this is the finished look. Of course, I like the one with the white eyeliner better just because it's like fully done, and I feel like it's giving that extra oomph. You know, but let's back her on up. Let's talk about my thoughts on this palette. So needless to say, I'm loving the eye look I got. Y'all saw the mattes were easy to blend down. It has great pigmentation to it, especially for someone my skin tone. So I'm here for it. I like the formula. I like the color story. Now, if you have some of those palettes that I showed, you might not necessarily feel like you need to rush out to get this one. And since it's hard to get your hands on too, you might not want to necessarily rush and then have to wait forever. Because I know sometimes when I have to buy stuff and it takes so long, I'll forget that I bought it and then it'll just show up in my door. So I'm like, oh yeah, I bought that thing that one time. So you might not necessarily want to go grab this, but it's not because the quality isn't good. It's because it doesn't get a nice color story or a nice eye look, as we can see. I'm just thinking about some people not wanting to wait, because I know some of you all told me in the comment section the reason you don't like to buy from certain brands is because you feel like you have to wait a really long time. So that's my only concern for some of you all. I know you all don't like to wait. I don't like to wait either, but I wait so that you all will know if you need to wait or not. So I'm willing to make the wait for you. But those are my thoughts on the palette. I think it's great. If you're gonna buy it, like I said, use code KH Makeup. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. Like I said, comment down below and tell me how you think the beat is looking today, because we tested our new foundation concealer you'll see Sunday. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.